Introducing these two 971 main event warriors once again, fighting out of the blue corner. This fighter stands 168 centimeters tall. He weighed in at 61 kilograms. He has a record of 12 wins with just 2 losses. He represents Brazil. He is Thomas ASSIS. And fighting out of the red corner, this fighter stands 173 centimeters tall. He weighed in at 61.5 kilograms. He has a record of 14 wins with no losses. He represents Great Britain and Dagestan. He is Mohammed, the Punisher MOKAEV.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're gonna have a clean fight. Touch gloves. Let's do it.
Yeah, Herb Dean will oversee our main event here in the ASSIS. Very game, Mohammed MOKAEV. But not intimidated is Thomas ASSIS as we begin our main event here at 971. Andy Shepard, Evan O'Reilly, and Carl Keller on the call. MOKAEV in the black. ASSIS in the black and red.
Fast start from MOKAEV.
Sprinting out of his corner, right?
Got a cross center.
This MOKAEV's second MMA fight since he left the UFC. Had one out against Brave and then that karate combat debut right here in Dubai.
Starting out with a heavy striking attack, even a spin kick.
Well, this is what people want to see from Mohammed MOKAEV.
He's trying to deliver right off the bat.
But again, I talked about it earlier, about noise outside the cage. You know, you have to always remember what got you to the dance, and that's his superior grappling. So, you know, some fighters can tend to want to like lean into other things and show other skills, but I'd like to see him also go back to what he does well.
Stick to himself a little bit, you know?
But guys, if the UFC, one of the reasons they didn't re-sign him was because they didn't like his grappling heavy style, if he wants to get back there, does he need to show this?
Perhaps, but I mean, winning in dominant fashion is the main thing I think that he should be focused on, and then start to look at these other things, because again, Thomas ASSIS, he's not, you know, he's not just a sparring partner or a dummy in the ring just to be beaten up. He's a very dangerous fighter as well. So if MOKAEV starts to go away from his game just to keep other people happy, that could be a risky strategy as well.
MOKAEV reached the number 8 ranking in the UFC flyweight division. He's a special athlete, former IMAF champion.
It's our first clinch up of the fight. Nice knees from the clinch from MOKAEV.
Mohammed's been in great form all week. He's been here dealing with the media, dealing with the teams. Very relaxed. Looking forward to competing here in Dubai. It's his first time in mixed martial arts here.
He could have kept that down if he wanted to.
And I suppose the danger of going into unknown territory for someone who is as experienced as Mohammed is perhaps opening yourself up for some counter strikes and being in places you don't want to be.
It's a very dangerous place to be.
Mohammed's loading up on combinations.
It's me there, setting up a shot. Gets it.
Oh, good work by ASSIS. Well, 4 seconds there.
Yeah,
I stand corrected.
that's what ASSIS didn't want to do. He had a good whizzer position with that arm trapping MOKAEV's right arm, but he let that go, which opened up his back.
That long hook all the way through, Evan.
Yeah.
There's no wasted motion from MOKAEV.
No.
Everything's efficient.
Yeah, very clean. No fat on these positions.
Born in Dagestan, moved to England at 12 years old. Lived the life as a refugee in Wigan. Tough place to be. Became a UK citizen in 2021. Very proud to represent both countries.
ASSIS has it slightly off the side, but it's just being heavy on that hip, trying to collapse the leg.
Trying to go off the neck. Got it across the face, but he can finish this from here.
He's got a very strong squeeze in.
Around the jaw.
Lets it go. Goes back to it.
Just transition, reset it up. He's still got the back, so there's no point in forcing it if you can just make some adjustments.
1 minute and 40 seconds of work from here, plenty of time. Decides to go for almost a full body triangle.
got so many submissions on his record. Arm triangle, arm bar, guillotine, neck crank. Yeah, any way you want to finish it, Mohammed MOKAEV can do it.
I like the way he's hooking Assis's left leg, because that's the leg he wants to try and stand up on, or try and, you know, force MOKAEV off his back.
That's tight.
That looks tight.
ASSIS trying to find a way free here. Trying to rotate his body.
Again, not under the chin.
He's now controlling the one hand. Might try and pass it over his head so he can get his head more into the armpit, MOKAEV, and start, you know, try and establish some sort of escape.
Some nice defensive work here for ASSIS.
Yeah, he's trying to capture one of MOKAEV's hands and control that, because, you know, he'll need the two hands to finish a choke.
30 seconds left in this opening round. Swarming pressure throughout from Mohammed MOKAEV.
Control with the feet there is just so high level. Using the leg to motivate the hips, exactly where he wants them to go.
ASSIS once again.
Yep.
Great work defending the hands.
Yeah, and each time MOKAEV, you know, shoots that hand under the neck, you can see ASSIS ever so slightly gets him off to one side, which makes it harder to finish.
And ASSIS is going to see the second round against one of the very best flyweights in the world.
Impressive to see him fight off those submission attempts. Very, very impressive.
We didn't know quite how good he would be. We knew he had that win streak, but I tell you what, ASSIS isn't a joke.
No.
Let's take a look at some moments from this opening round. Beautiful strikes to open this stanza from Mohammed MOKAEV.
Yeah. Nice little attempt at takedown from ASSIS there, but no easy task getting MOKAEV down.
The hips right here was amazing.
Yeah, little hip switch, yeah.
Able to just float his way over. I was impressed though in that exchange, that previous one. He could have kept it on the ground but allowed it up.
MOKAEV showed a little bit of flurry in the strikes, as he always had, let's be honest. But the round ended up where he always goes, which is to the ground. And it's so high level.
Yeah, exhausting as well.
It's a real credit to ASSIS that he's still in this one.
And ASSIS looks well conditioned, doesn't look tired at all.
Last minute call up for this. I think he had about 10 days notice to make the flight to get over here.
Spike.
Round two underway here at 971 Fighting Championship in Dubai. What a night it's been and what a main event this is shaping up.
Side kick there from ASSIS.
Both men cautious here in their opening few
MOKAEV back
seconds.
leg kind of twitching a little bit like he's going to load up a big kick.
Little showmanship there, brushing his leg off.
Do you think that MOKAEV would like to finish this on the feet just to prove a point?
I'm sure. I mean,
Well, you say that, but then he's shooting
Mind
in. I think he's going to definitely try and beat ASSIS up, and if the submission comes, he'll take it. But I'm sure, you know, like we talked about, and other people have said before, he's been given this noise around how he fights and his style and finishing fights. But for me, I'm always a big advocate, do what you do best.
Mohammed told me a beautiful story this week that when he was coming up, and James Gallagher was actually headlining Bellator events, he messaged James and said, hey, I want to fight you. And James said, hey, get a few more fights under your belt. And now we come here to the Coca-Cola Arena, and James is on the card, but Mohammed's in the main event. It's a real big moment, just in the mind for Mohammed to have that on his CV. 24 years old, so much to give, so much behind him.
so young with so much experience. It's amazing.
Fights, 14 undefeated fights, and that IMAF championship.
Think back to what you were doing at 24 years old. It wasn't this.
Couldn't even spell my name at 24 years old. Still can't. Just in position here from MOKAEV.
Yeah, ASSIS needs to be a little bit careful. He has the leg there trapped. If MOKAEV can get to the back, that arm will be trapped by MOKAEV's leg.
Is ASSIS surviving or is he working?
No, he's working, he's working. And now, you know, he's in a good position. If he slip that arm out, which he has, get that arm around MOKAEV's neck and then try and start to slip the leg. This is the problem.
One thing ASSIS hasn't shown is any intimidation. He's not afraid of the stature, the reputation of the Punisher. He's in this fight.
Yeah. And he's got a very high caliber grappling as well. So I think he knew going into this fight that if MOKAEV wants to go there, that he'd be ready for it.
He's very composed, but he finds himself on top here.
Assis's
The legs tied up.
Assis's jiu-jitsu journey began when he was very early, influenced by his father, who's a black belt. He started competing in jiu-jitsu at 8 years old. He's 30 now.
Imagine he gets a carry here.
MOKAEV needs to be careful about when he stands up here because his head's exposed for a knee, so if he keeps those hands on the floor, the sort of 4-point position, ASSIS can throw those knees, but
Little wrestlers sit out.
Safety goes Mohammed MOKAEV.
Just so high level that.
It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
The chess game, the fundamentals of the ground game.
for sure.
And this is some high level fundamentals.
We talk about this being a showcase for fighters. And look, Thomas ASSIS, who wasn't greatly known before this, I think, again, doors will be opening for him. He's hanging well with Mohammed MOKAEV.
Yeah, one of the best in the world he's fighting here. But when you get two great grapplers like this, even the most simple positions and movements are very difficult to deliver.
Mohammed did talk about his style and some of the criticisms that's come his way from the grappling heavy, and he said, look, it takes two to dance. You've got to fight the opponent in front of you. You can't just stand and bang if that guy wants to go to ground, and that's what we're seeing here. He's having to fight the opponent in front of him.
Now ASSIS here, time's kind of getting away from him in this round, and you know, MOKAEV is just controlling, scoring his points, you know, winning rounds by doing this kind of style. This is where ASSIS needs to get a bit busier.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get a bit busier on the feet. If he has the edge, it's anywhere, it's there.
5 seconds left in this second round, and I've got to say, a lot of people didn't think Thomas ASSIS would survive this long. Great experience for him, and he's more than hanging.
Yeah, great matchmaking.
Munir pulled this out of the bag. Several opponents dropped out in recent weeks for Mohammed. And Munir kept finding opponents, even he starts quite literally to glow. And he didn't just get any bag he could find. He found great, solid opponents. This guy's on an 11-fight win streak.
Just trying to see what ASSIS is trying to set up here. I mean, if he's trying to trap that arm, it might suggest that he's going to look for a triangle, but then he's you know, tree-vining those legs down deep, so it's going to be harder to get a high guard up from there.
Well, gents, we're going to go to round 3 here in Dubai. Do you think Mohammed will be frustrated he hasn't entered it this early?
Perhaps, but I mean, it's a very tough and durable opponent he's up against.
MOKAEV was pointing at his foot on the way over there.
Let's just take us through this sequence here.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's a few things going on here. Obviously, ASSIS on the neck, and I think this is where MOKAEV did that little sit-out to get to the back. But we're just looking into the cage here.
Mohammed's got his foot on a stool.
A stool. I wonder if he's hurt his foot.
Yeah, he pointed at it on the way over.
Yeah.
He seemed to be shaking something out.
Broken toe, maybe.
And the ref, Herb Dean has been brought over to have a look.
I think Herb's just coming over to clean the water up.
Mohammed is not sitting down. He's got his foot on the stool.
ASSIS has been on his feet as well, waiting for this round to start, so he's ready to go.
Well, Mohammed's in the cage. He's bouncing on his feet. Doesn't seem troubled.
No.
Perhaps it was just a little boo-boo.
Maybe he was pointing at saying I'm going to kick him in the face.
Let's fight.
Third and final round here at the Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai. What a night it's been. What a chess match of a main event we are seeing.
Spinning back kick to the liver lands partially.
Now the striking for Mohammed MOKAEV comes into play.
Nice show of sportsmanship at the start of the round. Shows MOKAEV really respects the skills of ASSIS here.
You go 2 rounds with anybody, you're going to respect it, right? Sure. It's lovely to see.
MOKAEV doing what he does best here, getting the guys down, beating them up.
Okay, stop.
Back of the head warning there. And his opponent rubs the back of his head as an apology.
Keeps himself out of trouble.
MOKAEV just trying to find a way through the guard, trying to find himself a position. First minute gone in this final round.
So what you're seeing Assis doing is he's trapping the left arm, I think it is, MOKAEV there, like with an overhook, so we can then try and look to set up a triangle position. But I mean, not an easy thing to do, especially when they're slippery. If MOKAEV knows what he's doing in there. Now he's just trying to flatten MOKAEV out. That's why he's starting to stand up now, so we can get a bit more
Tape's coming
leverage.
off the glove there of MOKAEV's glove. I wonder if they're going to peel that.
It's constant pressure for Mohammed.
Yes.
No stop, no rest,
That's
just
his signature.
yeah, smothering his opponent. But again, Thomas Assis hanging really well here. He's not winning, but he's in there.
No.
And I think a lot of people thought that for a relative unknown to come in here and hang with someone like Mohammed would be just an achievement, and he's more than done that. If he can see the bell, that is a significant achievement for Thomas Assis.
Actually, I was calling some fights last night. There was a kid who was 10-1, and the most notable thing out of that 10-1 was the fact that he went the distance. The one on his record was Mohammed MOKAEV, and we were like, he's lost, but it was Mohammed MOKAEV, and he went the distance.
When you have names on your CV, Kane Moose is an example there. Lost to the likes of Jakub Kasuba in recent fights. When you're at that level, you know, the L doesn't mean quite what the L would mean in another world.
It's got an asterisk next to it.
But again, is this going to open doors for the likes of Thomas Assis to further his career? We hope so. But also, is this going to open doors for Mohammed? He's looking to impress. He's looking to build his resume, his fight IQ, the opportunities that will come his way. Hopefully more opportunities here at 971.
Makes you wonder as well what Assis could do with a full camp.
That's a very good point, Evan. 2 minutes to go here.
Munir has said he wants perhaps 2 more 971 events this year. I think both these guys will be very deserving of another run out, another opportunities.
Nice, we're starting to see MOKAEV open up here, but it could be a triangle. Defending it well, and now he's got that knee inside just to try and pin the leg. But
Thomas is continuing to
down.
use his hammer
Here
fist.
we go again. Now MOKAEV needs to look up. There we go. Swim that arm inside. Swim his right arm inside just to.
He's not stressed. I mean, he's got the right arm through, so he's not too worried about it. But
but
I think Hebner's just trying to get hold of that tape. Not happy with that. May have to stop them.
yeah, Herb just waiting for the right time because Assis had a good position there. It'd be unfair to stop while he was, you know, in that almost triangle position. Yeah.
Minute and change left in this fight. Mohammed MOKAEV looking to impress, and he has been impressive. A lot of pressure throughout, but Thomas Assis has been a worthy opponent here.
The only thing I'd say is Assis has been going for the one submission pretty much for the last 2 rounds, switching almost between armbar setups and triangle setups, but MOKAEV has been wise to it all this time, so makes you wonder what he thinks is going to be different.
Oh, he's setting up a Darce here?
Yeah, MOKAEV just turning through the gears. He's trying to find something with 45 seconds to go. He'd love to get a stoppage.
Looks like he might. Hard to see from this position.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's got
He's tying Assis up in some knots.
Yeah, his head's in the way, so you can't see what kind of grip he's got on it.
Well, Herb Dean's got a great vantage point. He's not stopping it, and he's not looking too concerned. 25 seconds left. Can MOKAEV get the finish?
Looks like he's got the lock there. I can see his glove through, but the arm isn't quite straightened out there. Out.
Final 10 seconds of this fight. Can Mohammed MOKAEV pull something out of the bag? I think we're going to see the bell. Thomas Assis, strong finish.
Swinging here.
Very impressive. And he just caught Mohammed. Firefight to finish here in Dubai.
Big finish. MOKAEV shooting just.
And we hear the bell.
Oh, wow.
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 Exciting finish.
Exciting finish. You're going to think Mohammed MOKAEV's going to get the nod. But let's all tip our hats to Thomas Assis, a relative unknown Brazilian who's coming here on a week's notice and more than held his own.
Look at that.
Well,
nice head kicks, but yeah, Thomas Assis, what a gamer.
Well, the round started off on the feet. Mohammed initiated the takedown, and there we stay for the next 4 minutes. And it was very much a chess match.
100%, yeah.
Mohammed on top for the majority, but again, Thomas was in there, defending, counter-attacking.
For sure, yeah, and from the bottom, which I'm guessing he was expecting to spend a lot of the fight in anyway, he was trying to trap that arm of MOKAEV to try and set up a triangle, which arguably maybe tried to go for it too much, because clearly MOKAEV had the answer for it, and that's how we found ourselves at the end of the fight. I think Assis, the best moments he had in the fight were at the end, where he just threw hell for leather.
Whatever Thomas Assis does next, he has just gone 3 rounds with one of the very best flyweights in the world. That is experience you cannot buy. What will be next for Thomas Assis? What will be next for Mohammed MOKAEV? 3 hard rounds for that man there.
Well, Assis still looks quite fresh walking around in the cage there, so I mean, for a short nose, this guy's obviously in great shape.
Well, we think that we know the result, but there's only one man who has got the result. Let's make this one official. To go over to Grant Waterman.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action in our main event here at 971 Fighting Championship, we go to the judges' scorecards. And we have a unanimous decision in favor of your winner. And still unbeaten from Dagestan via Great Britain, Mohammed the Punisher MOKAEV.
Mohammed MOKAEV moves